The Black Ops 4 update 1.09 is finally out, and Operation Absolute Zero is available for everybody, and it has a ton of new content that I'm sure you're going to enjoy. Literally so much to cover, and hopefully we can cover everything that changed to the game, including the DLC drops, the new updates to the features that are in the game, as well as buffs, nerfs, all that kind of stuff. One concise video for everything that you need to know in regards to Black Ops 4's update 1.09. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a like if you haven't already, and without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first big thing that changed to the game is the black market. The black market received a complete renovation, and it was much needed in my opinion. The first big thing is that there's only 100 tiers. It no longer goes to 200, so it's a lot more reasonable to complete all 100 tiers, grind them out, get all the gear that you want, and not running out of time for like the average player. The second biggest thing is that reserves have been moved to tier 101. There is no longer any reserves from tier 1 to tier 100. They don't start until after tier 100, and all items in the reserves are old items from previous contrabands. All items from tier 1 to 100 are new and can actually be viewed right off the bat, so you can see what you're trying to achieve. You can see behind each tier what's available. For an example, tier 50 is the brand new SMG called the Daemon X3B, and at tier 100 you unlock the new Swat assault rifle. So you know exactly what you're achieving, and you can grind it out completely for free by playing the game, or you can choose to spend a lot of COD points to unlock all the tiers, or you can just unlock 10 or 15 tiers, however you want to do it, but that's completely your choice. It is completely unlockable just by playing the game, so I would highly recommend that. I think these changes to the black market are exactly what we needed, because everything is unlockable simply by just grinding the game out, from the outfits to the new weapons to the camos. With that being said, we did receive 3 brand new DLC weapons, the first being the Daemon X3B SMG. This weapon is a 3 burst and is interesting. It's definitely a change up in the SMG category, and I'm glad it's 3 burst because it is fun to use. It's different, it's unique, and it's really not that bad of a gun. You can actually, as fast as you can use your trigger finger, the weapon will shoot just as fast, and it is fun to use. It's good in close quarter engagements, and it looks like the MP5, so it has good mobility, and the fire rate's ridiculously fast. Then we have the Swat Rft. The Swat Rft is basically a return from Black Ops 3. It's a lot of fun to use. It's a good weapon. It is a laser of a weapon, to be honest, and it's probably my favorite assault rifle right now. It's just fun to use. It's a change up. It sounds cool. It reloads good. It's just a satisfying weapon to use overall. It's very accurate, and it kills fairly fast with a good rate of fire. Lastly, we have a brand new melee weapon, and that is called Santa's Secret. It is basically a ice pick with some wrapping around it and a bow on top. It's pretty cool, but then again, it is just a melee weapon. On top of that, we were given a bunch of new outfits. These outfits look really cool. There's an Aurora one that looks like kind of like dark matter and like a space theme. And on top of that, we got a lot of really cool medieval looking outfits that are knight themed. They look like knights from back in the day. Really, really cool looking ones. There's, my favorite has to be the Firebreak. It's a really big looking knight. Then there's also the Battery, which looks really cool. Looks like a Trojan soldier. We also got a brand new outfit for the Zero Specialist that looks really, really nice as well. But overall, the outfits are fantastic, and if you see one of these running at you, like, what are you gonna do? These are crazy looking. It's a first person shooter, I understand that, but at the same time, these are definitely exceptional looking outfits and do make you look a lot cooler on the battlefield to your enemies. We were given a ton of new camos as well. We got 3 kind of basic camos. We got the Cherry Blossom camo from Black Ops 2, we got the Kilobyte camo, and we also got Shimmer, which is quite vibrant and looks really nice in my opinion. We also got a bunch of reactive camos, the first being Plasma Drive. We also got one called Dogfight for the Vesper, and then we were also given several different Mastercraft camos, and these look really, really cool. So the first being for the ABR, and it is called Fighter Ace. It's basically shaped like a plane, kind of like for the GKS how we got the unicorn gun. This one's a plane, and it looks like, you know, from the barrel is shaped like a turret. Then on the sides we got moving wings, and as you get kills, as as you get more kills, 5 and 10 kills in game, those colors behind the wings change from like a brownish yellow to a purple red, which is really, really cool and just spices the gun up. It's really nice, to be honest. And then we were also given the Paladin Valkyrie, which is probably one of the coolest weapons we've ever gotten ever, because this gun is golden, it's got wings, and it really matches the whole theme of the medieval knights for the outfits. This gun is super, super cool, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. In fact, there's a special order available for 1,500 COD points. You don't obviously have to get it. You can grind for it. You can simply just grind the game, get through all 100 tiers. You'll get everything that we've talked about already in that for free. But if you want to get faster, you can unlock it through the special orders and get the Valkyrie right off the bat. You can also get a new outfit for the Ajax, which looks really, really nice. And you know, that's another option. But once again, that's all unlockable through the tier system. And then there's a rare covert for the Seraph, which is kind of nice. It's the Carnage colors, which is cool. So yeah, that's the contraband this time around. I really like it. I think they did a fantastic job with it. It has a lot of great content. 2 new weapons, new Mastercraft, new Reactive Camos, new just normal camos, new outfits that are really cool. Here's a couple of those, by the way. There's a lot of outfits that aren't even the theme of the medieval theme isn't the only theme. There's actually a space theme as well. A lot of the stickers, calling cards, and some of the outfits are all similar to space, which is really cool, including the Plasma Drive camo, which is probably one of the coolest camos in the game. The Blackjack shop also offers a couple of new things. We have a reactive camo for the Koshka, which is called Mast, and it's a white camo that's wrapped in like tape. Not bad, nothing too special. But we also got a new epic outfit for the Zero Specialist, which is called Sultana, and kind of has that medieval knight looking theme. It has body armor, it's all gold. She looks really, really cool, and she's available, I believe, for 800 COD points as well. But then again, you can just unlock her through the contraband tier progression, and that's what I would recommend, to be honest. There's also the Cherry Blossom camo that's available in the Blackjack shop, but once again, you can unlock it for free through the tiers. Next up, we were given 2 brand new maps. These maps were kind of a surprise for a lot of people, but the first being Elevation. It takes place in a snowy environment that is on a hill, a large hill. It's very, very interesting of a map because depending on which way you're going, you're fighting uphill or downhill, and it definitely does change the type of engagements that you're in. It's very close quarter, so I would highly recommend using SMGs, and overall, it's a pretty good map. It's very linear. Then also, we were given Madagascar, a much brighter, sunnier map. It's very vibrant. It's much more open. It has longer ranges for assault rifles and, you know, snipers, LMGs. It's very open, like I said, an interesting map with several layers to it, like levels. It has different levels that are really, you know, you're either looking up at an enemy, you're looking down on them, and then the middle section kind of has some close quarter encounters that have some small buildings and like debris and things like that. So it's overall a decent map as well. Next up, we got the brand new Zero Specialist, and she is really, really interesting and really is changing up the game in my opinion. Not a bad addition. The Zero Specialist comes with 2 abilities. The first being the weapon, which is called the Ice Pick, and basically is a powerful hacking device that disables enemies and steals or destroys their equipment. You can see the description here. It's fairly good. When activating, you can actually hold square down to make it faster, and the interesting part is the enemies will be affected by pretty much disabling their HUD, making it all crazy, and you can't heal. The enemy can't heal during that period of time that they are hacked. And on top of that, on the mini map, it appears that a bunch of enemies are all around them. Like all these little red dots pop up all around the enemies, so it's very difficult to know where the enemies are coming from for them, and it makes them very paranoid. Then for the special issue, you have the EMP Disruptor. It's basically a grenade that when you throw it, it will disrupt the enemy that is hit by it, their HUD. Disabled equipment can be hacked. It disrupts the enemy's HUD for a short time, obviously. It knocks out illuminated reticles, and also it affects the target trigger hit markers. Overall, definitely an interesting specialist, and that is unlocked after one game, after tier 1. Another update is you can now share Warpaints. It allows players to have more freedom to personalize their Black Ops 4 experience. Warpaints can now be equipped with outfits across different themes on the same specialist. So I know that's something that a lot of people wanted, and you now have that customization feature. Now let's go ahead and dive into the buffs, the nerfs, all the changes that were made to the different things in multiplayer. So the first thing for melee weapons, they increased the melee detection range for melee weapons weapons, including the bayonet and the knife operator mods. The Titan got a reduced ADS flinch mitigation, which basically nerfs the weapon. I'm not sure why that was done, to be honest. For the specialists, the Prophet received a nerf, reduced the Tempest ammo count from 14 to 10, an additional turning to Tempest accuracy, and they'll also be making additional tuning to the Tempest very soon. For the fire break, the Purifier now more reliably will connect with its enemies when using it. The Seraph has an increased Annihilator earn rate, which is quite interesting. For gameplay changes, the EKIA credit can now carry over after respawn when a player damages an enemy and dies before their teammate finishes that enemy off. So that's actually an interesting change. And the EKIA credit will now clear after 5 seconds from last damage dealt. So if someone's like damaged and they run away and 5 seconds pass, they don't heal and someone else kills them, you'll no longer receive those points, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. That was kind of nice, especially for getting kill streaks when you were really like close to them and didn't want to die. But at the same time, it does make sense. There was some changes to the score streaks, some glitches that were fixed, some challenges were fixed and updated so that there was actually progression that was being counted for now, as that's all fixed. There was changes to the weapon camos as well, modified the requirements for diamond and dark matter active visual stages to transition every 5 kills, not only kills without dying, and not reset on death. So that's a big change. So the different levels, once you have diamond, once you have dark matter, the way the colors and stuff change for those camos, you can die now while getting that, and it's just like kills. So to get the maxed dark matter camo per game, like when you're in the game, you have it equipped, you no longer have to go on a 30 kill streak to get max dark matter. It's simply just getting 30 kills in that game to get the most upgraded dark matter camo. And then finally, Blackout received a bunch of changes, one being the addition of the hijacked map from Black Ops 2. It is now a location on the map, so now we know Treyarch is going to be adding new locations, which is really cool. The first being hijacked, which is super awesome. Right now, I wouldn't recommend necessarily landing there. As you can see, it's quite a headache, but nonetheless, definitely a cool addition. They also redesigned armor completely. These changes are to allow armor to survive multiple engagements and to reward players for taking out an enemy and destroying the enemy's armor in the process. While coming out of an engagement on the winning side feels good, it doesn't feel good to have your armor destroyed with each engagement you find yourself in. Especially in Blackout, if you don't have armor and you get, hit, and then you go into an engagement later on without armor, you're most likely going to lose. Armor is essential to winning in Blackout. Players can now find and use armor plates to repair damaged armor, which are applied from your inventory on all platforms and from both the inventory or the quick equip menu on consoles. It takes approximately 2 seconds to use an armor plate to repair a segment of damaged armor. One armor plate will repair a single armor pip regardless of armor level. They're going to be obviously analyzing, seeing how this works, but armor can be found in enemy death stashes after destroying the armor of an opponent. It can also be found in equipment stashes and can be found, but more rarely, as a lootable item on the ground. Armor durability has been increased, allowing armor to last longer through an engagement as well, and armor durability indicators have been updated to display individual pips of armor. So overall, that's a really good change to Blackout. Blackout also received some map changes to the Hydro Dam, to Factory, to Nuketown Island. I will leave the patch notes linked down in the description below so you can more specifically see what has been done. A ton of changes came to zombies as well, so if you guys want to take a look at those things, those will be in the patch notes as well. And lastly, Gun Game has been added as the featured playlist, so that's kind of cool, I guess. But other than that, guys, that pretty much concludes all the updates in this Black Ops 4 Operation Absolute Zero or 1.09. A lot has changed, a lot has been added to the game. I'm thoroughly impressed with it, and I'm really happy with the new weapons, and especially with the black market change. I love the new tier progression. I love how you can earn everything simply by grinding out the game. It's a fantastic change. It's also really nice to see them start adding more camos in, more Mastercraft and Reactive Camos. That's always fun to be able to earn those, and those are all earnable once again through the tier system. But at the same time, if you want to get them faster for content creators and stuff like that, it is nice to be able to buy them, but it's just a cosmetic, so it's not necessary whatsoever. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. If you made it to this point, comment down below hashtag Unleash the Carnage. And without further ado, we'll talk to you all in tomorrow's Team Challenge video.